Hello everybody, this is QuixQuery here, and today we are going to talk about a development in the QuixPack. As you can see, we have a bunch of stuff laid out right now, and this video is going to be on how farming resources is going to go in the QuixPack. And so we're going to go over a lot of the different options for farming resources in the pack. And so, at least the stuff that I've worked on so far. Yeah. So, to start off with, we have the Farmer from Actual Editions. This is the best, probably, way of farming stuff, but we will also have the mechanical users for right-click farming and, you know, a bunch of other block breakers and stuff like that that will be available for farming, farming crops. However, as you can see right here, these are mystical agriculture plants, and these, you may think, okay, well, these are just going to be like the most OP things ever, right? Well, you're wrong. For the tier 1 seeds, we need to, okay, so let me explain to myself. In order to make all of these seeds, the seeds over here, we're going to require the use of the Empowerer from Actual Editions. Thanks to Mod Tweaker, we can actually add some additional recipes for things like these mystical agriculture seeds. So that's pretty cool. Super happy that I was able to get that to work. At one point, we had AgriCraft in the pack, but AgriCraft was is still in an alpha state. It is very buggy, and it just would continually cause me problems, and that's not, you know, it's absolutely fine. It's still an absolutely great mod, but for what I'm trying to do, this works out significantly nicer. And so right here we have our seeds right here, and so for some of the easy ones, like say water seeds, we just have like water bottles around a Tier 1 crafting seed gives us water seeds. You know, there's not really a whole lot you can do with a water essence, just make a water bucket. So stone seeds will be quite a necessary thing, though you wouldn't think it from first realizing that. But you can see we have emerald seeds are tier 5, osmium seeds are tier 4. That seems backward. That is very backward, yes. Okay, those need to switch. Anyway, we got nether quartz seeds and stuff like that, which is, I believe was going to be a tier 4 thing as well. Anyway, and so, we just have, it requires you to get some of the resource in order to actually make the appropriate type of seeds. So, and here we have osmium, which is osmium blocks and osmium crystals, which are actually quite difficult to obtain because you need to go and run them through a chemical injector. Run osmium ore through a chemical injector and a bunch of other machines and stuff like that. So those are by no means necessarily the easiest seeds in the world to obtain. However, once you have obtained them, I don't want them to be like garbage completely and totally. I want them to be semi-decent, you know. Like, this will be a good source of getting resources. It will be the mystical agriculture plants right here. It won't be completely and totally overpowered, but it will be a good source of getting resources. Now, if we say look at the iron seeds, right here you can see this is just a bunch of blocks of iron around tier 3 crafting seeds, so on and so forth. However, if we look right here, we have iron essence. So the idea is that we use the essences in combination with a stone or nether essence in order to give ourselves an ore instead of just giving the ingot directly. Because there is quite a bit of this pack, specifically mechanism, which is a big part of the pack, that is focused quite a lot around ore processing. And so we want to encourage the use of ore processing, right? And so that will give us the ores and will not give us the ingots directly. So yeah, that's the idea as far as these things go. They are not like an end-all, you know, whatever thing. They are just very, very convenient and nice. You don't have to go out mining all the time, every time. in order to actually do stuff. You can have a steady supply of resources coming in without having to do a bunch of manual labor yourself. And that's kind of the idea of all of this. We have the chickens mod, and this is entirely for yeah, one of them escaped. This is entirely for dyes. This guy is for eggs, and this guy is for experience. So, you know, if you need some extra experience, solidified experience, so on and so forth, you know. And so we have all the different colors of dyes, and the eggs from the smart chicken is what it's called, and the experience chicken as well. And now when we talk about experience, before we get to that last thing right there, the main way of farming, what's it called? Mob drops in the pack is going to be the Woot mod. This is, now there will be other mods. We have like simply conveyors and some other stuff like that, and so there are other ways to make mob farms, but this is by far going to be the preferred method of doing mob grinding and stuff like that, because it'll be a good method. It won't be overpriced or anything like that. It will be a very doable method of spawning in mobs and so on and so forth, and so and collecting their drops. And so we just we have efficiency upgrades, and I've even made the upgrades a little bit cheaper, and so you can see that instead of having a massive thing just for the tier 1 upgrade, we just have that tier 2, tier 3. The idea is though that these are just used to craft the actual tier 3 upgrade, rather than being the tier 3 upgrade themselves. This is just the upgrade template, and so I didn't want to make it super duper expensive for the upgrade template, and so that's what we have there. And so this will be for mob grinding. Ender Dragon will be a thing. Ender Dragon mob grinding will be a thing with top tier Woot setups and so on and so forth. But over here we have a mod. Easy to use tree farm is essentially what this mod adds. That's it. Is this thing right here? It currently this is what it costs. It might change. Though this is a pretty fair price, but I want to make use of some other resources like, say, copper and tin and stuff like that, maybe. Potentially even osmium. But it will farm a 7x7 thing of trees, and at least that's the theory. I haven't figured it all out yet, but it takes RF. Oh, hey, check this out. Okay, so it has stuff in here. Forge units. Okay, so yeah, it's taken the RF, and so the thought is that once one of these grows, if we get some bone meal right now, and grow one of these trees, something's wrong. I don't know what it is. I might have to go into the config, figure some stuff out, but the idea is that this is a simple way of setting up a tree farm so you can get wood, right? Yeah. Anyway, those are the big resource farming stuff. We also have tiny progressions, which means there will be cobblestone generation that is easy to do, and so on and so forth. In order to obtain the chickens for this, the eggs, if we look at the eggs, these eggs right here have a chance of spawning the appropriate chicken for it, and they cost an egg and some of the appropriate dye. And so again, we require some of the resource in order to be able to farm it, and so it's just kind of, the chickens right here are almost entirely to help prevent it from getting too grindy. And I feel like this is a very fair addition to the whole thing. And you can see we're getting dyes from these, bone meal, so on and so forth. And some of the stuff is getting a little mixed up, but that's fine in this basic setup right here. But anyway, this just thought I would let you in on some of the work I've been doing. We got some custom recipes right here for a bunch of stuff. Been working a little bit on the game progression, meaning like how things are going to progress, like infrastructure-wise. Like actually, additions is going to be the main, like, you know, early game stuff, and then it will kind of lead into mechanism, draconic, and then equivalent exchange 2 with some random things, Avarsha, and what else? There's one other, extra utilities 2 mixed into all of that, as kind of independent of the whole rest of everything. And so, but the goal though is that you won't ever completely and totally leave one mod behind, and so we will continue to use Empower recipes, and we're already using the, let's see here, Atomic Reconstructor uses for some unique things. And so, let's see here. We got the nice, like, rotten flesh to leather stuff, mushroom to netherwort, nether quartz to prismarine shard has been a thing, but these are some of the custom recipes I've added. We got redstonia crystal into resonating redstone crystal, prismarine shard into prosperity shard for the, which is a mystical agriculture crafting ingredient, and so, you know, they're just like, you know, everything is going to be integrated together. At least that's the idea. And so you'll have to use some mods to do things in other mods, and other mods to do things in the some mods, and it'll. The idea is that it will progress very, very nicely throughout the whole thing. And so, thank you so much for watching. Really looking forward to how this pack is turning out. I'm still not sure what those things are, what those missing texture pixels are on my skin. That doesn't happen normally. Yeah, no idea what that is. But I will see you in another video. Take care. Bye.